Okay, so I just wanted to make a video on practicing versus learning and how that deals with locks that you may buy. So I feel like there's a massive difference between learning and practicing. I think that regular locks that you would go to the store and buy or order online and things are good for practicing, but not necessarily learning. Because sometimes locks can be kind of fluky um, and not really function perfectly, or over time might not work properly as the pins get worn out and the springs and things of that nature. An example of that would be this one. I've had this lock for a long time. I've picked it many times and I've noticed it's a little fluky now. I don't know if you can catch that on video. See, there's a little bit of, it doesn't quite open like it used to. And because of that, if I want a good challenge, I'll go at it. But don't practice on this, really. Like, because you're just going to get frustrated. And certainly don't learn on something that's not functioning properly. Same with this guy. Like, you can, like, it shouldn't, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah, it's hard, but there's a feeling there. There's like a little notch that I have to get past. Where for something like this, works nice. This would maybe be good to continue practicing on. As far as learning goes, I really recommend getting practice locks. This is the Sparrow's Revolver. I have the Covert Instruments practice lock. I don't have that with me at the moment. It's on a different location. But these are locks that are built well. The pins you can check as you're repinning them and changing them. So if you notice some pins are kind of jacked up or something, get rid of them. Don't use them anymore. So all you're going to do is cause yourself frustration, and you're not going to learn. You're going to, you're just not going to learn as fast. It's going to just take more time to learn how to pick. So again, like some of these, like these, these are not terrible, but if you get one that's easy to open, now you just spent money on a lock that doesn't really help you learn anything. These, you can progressively pin them, change them around. If you're struggling, you can take it out, repin it, and then come back to that at some point once you learn more. The Covert Instruments one is the first one that I had, and I'll tell you, I learned a boatload using that lock. Now, granted, I understand it's the same keyway, but that's the best way to learn, I think. That's how you're going to get acquainted with your tools, get acquainted with your tensioners. And that's the best thing, is that you can practice different ways with them. And I think that's important, again, for learning. Now, practicing, that you have to make your own choices. What's good for you that you're going to continue to improve, get better with your tools, experiment with. If you have fluky locks, it's going to be hard to experiment and get better as you go. So that's just my opinion on things. I really recommend, if you're going to be learning to lockpick, get good functioning locks that you can keep a track on the maintenance much better. And then practicing, get a good variety. If it starts to get fluky or they start getting weird, maybe keep it off to the side for a challenge, but don't make it something you're trying to learn off of or experiment with. So hopefully that helps. Just some thoughts.